again?
Back to the drills. Run it with players coming against you, putting you under pressure. Occasionally you're going to have to cop a whack, because these guys do. They don't get it right every single time. Occasionally you're going to have to get sat on your backside and get up and have another go. But run it against people. There's no point running it with no opposition. If you want a player to learn how to run unders and overs angles, you've got to run it under pressure, because that's what's going to happen on the field. And there are, again, plenty of drills you can do to simulate that. But there's so much reliance on other people. To play the ball, for example, it needs to be fairly quick. The pass needs to be executed almost perfectly. Your timing, you're relying a lot on the defensive line, not necessarily reading things as well as they should. But these guys that do it, these guys that are able to do it week in and week out, do it because they practice it. Yeah. And I think that's important.
Can you overdo overs runs, overs lines? Can you overdo that in a game?
Yeah, you can, because you'll end up going to the touchline. Right, yeah. So the overs angle is generally run off a sort of what I would call a wedge play or a behind play. So the person on that angle, is always, he's heading out anyway. And really you're talking about outside shoulder of one defender, inside shoulder of the other, creating a little bit of doubt. And you know, the person that can come up and do an in and away. And in and away is an overs angle. What angle the other person runs? I mean, you can have an in and away that runs an overs angle and bring somebody back on the inside that runs an unders angle. You know, so whereas the unders angle is probably trying to get more to the inside shoulder of players, and just getting someone that doesn't react well, maybe doesn't push across, maybe just gets a little lazy on the inside. With the overs and unders angles, you need support players as well. So you need players running. You need players in motion for everything you do in this game. And
just staying on that bit there, that in motion, I've got a question here. Holding up the line, holding up their line. Is that the way you've done it?
You just got players moving. The greatest example of players in motion at the moment is the West Tigers. Have a look at how the West Tigers play. I can show you footage of them where every player is in motion on a play. Most of them know they're not going to touch the ball, but they make themselves available.
That holds you back.
It holds you back, but it also it tells lies. Mm-hmm. You've got to tell lies to your opposition. So you've got to, and you're asking opposing questions. You know, you send a person one up, and it's clear that no one else can touch the ball, then that's pretty easy to defend. Mm-hmm. You play well before the line. You play a long way before the line. It gives your opposition time to adjust and you know, to make those necessary adjustments. You have players in motion, and you've got skilled depth ball players who can go to the line, like Prince, like Marshall, like Robbie Farah out at dummy half, and all of a sudden you're asking a lot of questions. Players in motion generally means that, you know, anybody can create a situation that can put the defence under pressure. A couple of players in motion can do it. Only one player in motion, they're easy to pick off.